So for my next automotive project, I'm going to be doing the vehicle of the best Texas Ranger of all time. Well, sorry, Nolan, it's not you. Yes, you are the best Texas Rangers baseball player of all time. We're talking about lawman. Here we go. The best Texas Ranger of all time of law enforcement rangers. You may think that that's Walker, and yeah, the two look a whole lot alike, but actually this is J.J. McQuaid. A lot of people call him a lone wolf. There are plenty of YouTube channels with great modelers who have great production skills. This is not one of them. Welcome to Cable's Creations. Well, got some painting done for the Ramcharger. Redid the dashboard, chromed over a lot of things. Got those things black. And got the main cutting done off of this front bumper. That's going to get the brush guard and lights on it. Also did a little bit of Molotow on the interior and clear coated. So I'm going to get to work on a little bit of assembly, and after getting that done, I also clear coated the chassis. Once I get that done, before I get into much more in the way of assembly, going to be figuring out, okay, just where am I going to run the wires, and probably put a couple of holes in the roof for the mounting of the light bar, and then figure out how I'm going to run the wiring on that. But the big news is some have said I have gone to the dark side. Well, it's like the first two things I'm planning to print with that are going to be, once I get done with test printing and such to make sure it's working properly, is going to be a Chuck Norris head, and I've also found some of those Dodge Ram hood ornaments. I'm going to have to size those down quite a bit and then get that attached. Well, my first 3D print, after it's come off of the printer and got all the supports off, I'm thinking that looks like a fairly good Chuck Norris. So, where to go? So now, I'm just going to take the head off of that figure and transplant that head on. The head looks just a little bit big, but I think that's all right. Got to putty the neck, and probably then primer over everything and repaint. But I'm fairly happy with that. Also, I did the Ram hood ornament. It's so tiny, you can just barely make it out. I can hardly get it to focus on there, but yep, there it is. Well, I've made some progress on things. Got the interior fairly well done. I'm going to do that roll bar, which is up there, and pieces there. Earlier in the week, I don't know if I'd done it earlier in the week or not, but there's steering wheel, shift column, and then got some black on these lights. Need to look back at my reference pictures, see if they're going to need to all be silver, aluminum, or I was kind of thinking two were going to be black and two were going to be the silver. And need to get some gloss over this piece before I put decals down. Also got at least one radio done. I got some other radios. I think they went back into a bag. Got started on the beer cans, and I'm gonna need to get Chuck into primer and then repaint him. So a little bit more work. Not sure just how much more I'm gonna get done, as this is late Friday afternoon and gonna have football games starting in a little while, and then also football all through tomorrow. Also some work done on this front bumper. You can see where I filled in some of it with styrene in there before I took things down. It may have the things may have stayed together even if I had not put the styrene in. I can't tell for certain, but I thought it was safer to go that way. And it may end up needing just a little bit of putty right in there even after I get this grill guard on. So I've left those two nubs, and I've got a piece of styrene tube. So just get that cut to length before I put it all onto the bumper. All right. Well, maybe not that much to show for it in terms of work this week, but I got the head mounted on that body and got it into primer. And also previously painted this, but there were parting lines on it, so I went ahead and trimmed and sanded those off, and I'll just repaint it. And then I've got the red parts masked off, and I'll just get some red into the airbrush and paint those later. I also sanded off those supports on the bumper, and I've got the brush guard worked on somewhat. Also looked back at the reference photos, and I can't tell for certain, but it looks like there's a round piece on top, and then in the middle and the bottom there are square pieces of metal. I've also started work on the beer cans. Got some of the red, so then I need to paint some silver on the tops and kind of grayish on the bottoms. As for other parts, put another coat on the grill, and got some clear onto those supports of the roll bar, and that's pretty much it for the Ramcharger. Well, maybe not as much visual to show you. This was kind of a short week with the Labor Day holiday at the beginning of it, and I didn't get back into town until Tuesday. And also working with the 3D printer. Well, that kind of took up some time as well. Well, until next time, showing you mine to hopefully make you feel better about yours.